What's going on, man? Welcome to the new Underground Source TV, man. 2026, man. It's going down. Happy New Year to everybody, man. We are back, man. OG Black Boy 3700. Four as family members. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, like, family members. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly. Y'all remember when them Kemp cards came out and everybody was doing the Kemp card? He said something about, nigga, you need to pay my mama her money back.
Know that nigga. They say he name drop. They say that chemo brother still get fucking brain pop. Everybody wanna know. Everybody wanna see. Everybody want that dough. Everybody want that tea. Everybody wanna strike.
What's going on, man? Welcome to the new Underground Source TV, man. 2026, man. It's going down. Happy New Year to everybody, man. We are back, man. OG Black Boy 3700. Big shots out to my brother Video Wayne Rare Reports. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and like, man. It is going down, man. I have to tell y'all this, man. You know, for as family members, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, like, family members. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly. We all love each other. Things happen. But in this case, man, it's so crazy that I haven't been up my grandmother's house in a long time. And people think it may be for this reason. When I say people, meaning relatives, might be for this reason, but it's not for this reason, man. I just been busy. Me and Wayne in and out of town. New Orleans, like my second home, so we back and forth all the time. We got new projects coming out. You know what I'm saying? But one day, man, I go visit my dad. You know what I'm saying? I go visit my dad and see how he doing and things of that nature. So while I'm up there, kicking the bobo or however. Now, I have a little cousin, first cousin, a girl. She stayed in the house. This is my grandma's house. My grandma passed. She stayed there. And she have her kids. Big shouts out to my little cousin now. But her kids, done got older. Some of them grown and whatnot. However, But I owe my little cousin some money. You know what I'm saying? I owe my little cousin some money for. Y'all remember when them Kemp cards came out and everybody was doing the Kemp card. But y'all know that you couldn't use the card at first, like. When they give you the card, you couldn't go to the ATM and pull the money out. You know what I'm saying? They had it in a way where you only had to purchase things at first. So everybody was in this, this panic, because they wanted the money, but they couldn't use it that way. They had to use it for like food and things. That was really for the kids and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, I have a t-shirt shop. Everybody that ordered from me and ordered from my daughter, my family, y'all know I have a t-shirt shop called Brooklyn's Corner. We do vinyl and things of that nature. So with that being said, I had like my square cards and reader and card readers and stuff like that. And I had found out that I could manually or put their number into my card reader, and they can order things from me. The money will come instantly to my account within like minutes. You know what I'm saying? So we was, I would say getting over or whatnot, where the card will have $500 or $600 on it per child. You know what I'm saying? Then in this case, my cousin had like 8 kids. You know what I'm saying? If not more. But she got, 8 to 10 different cards with $500 or $600 on it. You know what I'm saying? So I had already been doing it for other people when my cousin heard that I can do it. So the only thing I have to do is put your credit card number or the card number, debit card number into my reader. Say that you ordered 3 hoodies, 2 t-shirts and, some custom jeans or something like that. And say that it ended up amounted to $600. And then, boom, boom, enter. The money come to my account. I pull it out my account right then, transfer it to a card or whatnot. And for me to do that, I would charge the person $150 or something like that, get them the rest of it back. You know what I'm saying? Cash up it to them, or Zelle, or Chime it, or whatever. So my cousin called me. She was like, I heard you can do this. I'm like, yeah. So I did it for a bound. Charge her $100, get her the $5 back. Then, like I said, she had several kids, so I do the other card, and with me doing so many already, and when I got to my little cousin, and I did her like maybe second or third one, it locked up my account. You know what I'm saying? And my account had already been locked before, but they released it. So then when I come back and do several more, they re-locked up my account. And in this case, they was ending my account. You know what I'm saying? And with them end of my account, I'm like, okay, y'all gonna do that? Let me get my money. You know what I'm saying? But then they was like, no, we don't give your money right the rip when we end your account. It take like 90 days. You know what I'm saying? For the money to be into my account or whatnot. So I end up telling my cousin, both of us like, dang. But time it come, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And they put it probably like the end of November or Christmas, around Christmas time. I can't really remember which one it was, but I know it was between the end of Thanksgiving up until Christmas. It was somewhere in there that money was gonna drop. Well, make a long story short, you know, I had residuals, I had royalties for Video Wayne, and I got these videos and Project New Orleans Exposed. You know, the stuff that we have done, it comes over. So in this particular case, you know, when money hit, I don't always look to see where money comes from. You know what I'm saying? When it hit, I'm like, oh, okay, I got to check in or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, months passed. You know, with everything that's going on, I had forgot that this even happened. You know what I'm saying? And then bloop, you know, 500, 600, 300, whatever comes in my account. You know, I end up spending it, or my wife used it, or whatnot. I just didn't remember at this time to look at where the money came from, because sometimes I look at it, sometimes I don't. You know what I'm saying? But all in fact, her money had came, and I had spent it. Now, you know, it's the next year, she's like, hey, with the money, I'm like, oh shit, I like it never comes. She's like, what? She thought I was lying. When I would go back and look, I noticed that it did come, and I spent it and things of that nature. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get you back. I got you, cause I got you. You know what I'm saying? But they never get a chance to pay it back to her. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I remember I was stopping by. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I was on the way up and growing my house. I said, matter of fact, let me grab a little money out the ATM. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that much at the time to spare, but I grabbed it like $50, $100. I can't really remember, but I grabbed it something out the ATM. Stopped by my grandmama's house. She was there. Boom, hit her off with something. Bam. You know, so on. So like, you know, I give her a rest as we go, but I got you, cuz, you know, we family. More between us than money. So I thought, you know what I'm saying? But in this particular day, I stopped by my dad's house, and everybody's up there. Everybody's speaking, hey, you know, what up. But as I'm sitting down talking to my daddy, I hear one of my little cousins, her son, you know, maybe about 16, between 16 and 18, I hear him say something to me. But I'm really not, you know, didn't know he was talking to me, and I did actually hear what he said. You know what I'm saying? So I moved through the house, go downstairs, mess with the dogs. My daddy dogs come back up, you know, whatever. And then right before I leave, my dad say, you know, you heard what he said. He was talking to you. I'm like, well, actually I did. I thought he was talking to somebody else. Well, you know, what did he say? And he said something about, nigga, you need to pay my mama her money back. And this is so crazy because, you know, on both sides of the family, I'm the it cousin. You know what I'm saying? The source cousin, the it cousin, they're just who I am. Like, I didn't want to be this, but they're just who I am. So, you know, no cousin disrespect me. And of course I don't disrespect none of my cousins. You know, I'm family oriented. You know what I'm saying? And all about my family, you know, protecting and things of that nature and making sure they happy. But in this case, you know, he said, you know, he'll look what he said to me, which is understandable. Hey, man, you owe my mama some money. She must have been talking about it. Here her son is, you know, said something to his cousin. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's how you say things, and, you know, or however. You know, even though I feel that that's grown folk business, you know, why should he be saying anything? I would never get my son to say anything to anybody that owed me some money. I'ma say it. You know what I'm saying? So when my daddy told me that, I'm like, for real? He was talking to me? Okay, no, I'm gonna holler at him in a minute. So I waited till he went outside. You know, I didn't want to make no big deal. I talked to him by himself, you know, however. But he actually went outside. I didn't wait. You know, he went outside, got through talking to my dad. I'm finna leave. So I went on out there. And as I'm going out the door, you know, hey, come here, little cuz, I'm gonna holler at you. So he come back right down. I'm like, you know, did you say something, man? What did you say? And little cuz now, you know, didn't know, you in the fire right now. You know, you getting closer to the furnace. So with him knowing that he getting close to the furnace, he started stutter-stepping on what he's saying. Cuz, I was saying about my mama, and he was just jumping all around it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, speak, cuz, what you scared of? You know, speak. You my little cuz. What you got to say? And he still didn't say what he wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? he ended up saying, but he did speak, and I gotta give him that. He did say, hey, I was just saying, you owe my mama some money. So when he said that, because I was waiting for it to come out, when he said that, I'm like, hey, man, that shit don't got nothing to do with you, man. It got to do with me and my cousin, me and your mama. You don't got nothing to do with grown folk business. So when I said it just as aggressive as, what he said. It wasn't so much aggressive, but it had aggression in it. You know what I'm saying? No different than him saying, hey, man, I was just saying, you owe my mama some money. I'm like, hey, okay, yeah, you're right, man, but that between me and her. You don't got nothing to do with that, little cuz. So when I said that, he's shut down. I ain't saying nothing else. But as I'm saying that, his mother is coming out the door, my little cousin. And when he see her come out the door, I don't see her. I just hear the door open. I don't see her. But I can look at him, looking at me while I'm talking to him, then he looked behind me. When he looked behind me, he seen his mother. And when some kids, see their parents around, they get a little cocky. No matter who you are, they get a little cocky. That's the mama, that's the power. So when he seen her, he pushed off me. Man, get out my face. I ain't scared of you, nigga. Like, whoa, what? You heard what I said? I'm like, hey, little cuz. Then I see my cousin coming beside me. What's going on? I'm like, oh, he just went to the left just then. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? And our argument started. Like, just with me and him right then. I'm like, he ain't got nothing to do with our business. And, you should stay in a child's place. Because, I'm almost 50. And, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even made 22 yet. You know what I'm saying? So, I just felt that he didn't have no business saying anything to me. I understand why, but he didn't have no business saying anything to me. You know what I'm saying? So, as me and him going back and forth, her sister, my other little cousin, is pulling up at the same time with her 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, ain't nobody 25. Ain't nobody, closer than, that age. Everybody's young. Keep in mind, everybody young. So, when my little cousin, other than little cousin, getting out the car, they see me and their other little cousin arguing. And they're like, hey, man, we don't want to hear all that, cuz you can get the hell on with all that. Hey, man, who the hell y'all little niggas talking to? You know what I'm saying? This is surprising me because I know right now at this time, these my little cousins, I know think about it. My first cousins are their mothers. So they my second cousins. So they a second generation. So with that being said, I know that they haven't done nothing in life. Ain't no stealing cars, ain't no going to juvie, ain't no shooting nobody, ain't no robbing nobody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't done none of this. They ain't been in the county jail, for a long period of time. I got one little cousin that been down, he was crying the whole time. And now he out there saying, we'll do this, we'll do that. I'm like, he was just on Ray Street crying. You know what I'm saying? No, I love my little cousin. I'm just telling y'all facts. We straight now. I'm just telling y'all facts. You know what I'm saying? How things could change on you in a split second, and it could be your family. And you could be challenged. And right now, I'm being challenged by my little bitty cousins. So when I feel the challenge, I'm like, boy, who y'all niggas talking to right now? Like, y'all don't even want to play with me. That's what I'm saying, man. Real talk. But when I do that, I see one of my little cousins put his hand in his hood pocket. And he got on the hoodie. He put him in the pocket. So I'm like, well, what you grabbing for? You finna pull out a pistol on me? You really want to do that? He started saying, what you talking about? I ain't clutched on you. I ain't clutched on you. I ain't even heard that word in so long, like clutch. So he's screaming, he ain't clutched on me, but just by you getting aggressive with me, then I get aggressive back with you, you go in your pocket like this while you talking to me. That's enough for me. And if, think about this. If we was on the street and they were my little cousin, when he went in his pocket like that, I would have shot his ass. Pow! Straight like that, he would have hit the ground and took the gun from him. That's how, hey man, that's just me. That's just my natural instinct on that clutch, or whatever you call it, that pump fake. You know what I'm saying? That's what we call him, pump fake. But I would have shot him if he was my cousin who was in the street. You know what I'm saying? Just off that right now. But this is my little cousin I love to death. You know what I'm saying? And his mama I love today, no, these my cousins. But you right now, you pump faking me. And where I come from, the city of College Park, the projects, brothers kill brothers. So if brothers kill brothers, cousins kill cousins, sisters kill, all that goes. So I know about that. And I ain't finna be a statistic of my own family. Especially when it's me who put it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first cousin off the porch in the streets. So therefore, no little cousin is gonna disrespect me at all and not have no consequence of not getting that said back to him. You know what I'm saying? And for me to go through what I went through in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Being bullied, ninjas robbing me when I first get in the game, that I had to make a name for myself and I had to stand on something. And the same name that I stood on and that I made for myself, that is the reason why some of my little cousins didn't get slapped. Girls and boys. That's why some of my cousins didn't get raped or whatever evilness that was going to come to them, but did come to them, any evil thoughts that somebody had about them or doing something to them, they had second thoughts because of done trees, man. So here I got a little cousin clutching on me, man. Hey, but so I had to tell him, hey, which one of y'all ready to go to prison for the rest of y'all life? And I'm looking at him like this. You know what I'm saying? Big shots out to Little Snoop. I love you, Little Snoop. Little Snoop didn't say that. He didn't do that. He respect this cuz. So I give big love out to Little Snoop, a person that thinks at a young age, my little cousin. But the rest of them was all cocky. But when I started screaming, who going to prison today for the rest of their life? Because with it being my cousins, my brother, whoever, you pull out a gun on me, you're going to have to kill me, you're going to have to use it, you'll have to go to jail for the rest of your life. Because I'm going to take you there. With that shit, I'm gonna see, are you about that life? But when I start screaming, which one of y'all going to prison? Who ready to go to jail right now? And I look at my little cousin, their mama, like, you better tell them. They pull out that gun and anything on me. Anything on me, then they need to be prepared to what comes after that, man. Regardless of family, man. People die here, man. You know, I ain't waiting. I'm not going to be the statistic where now you in jail on Wright Street for murdering me, and now you crying, wishing that you didn't do it. No, that shit ain't going to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So, hey, which one of y'all ready? Which one of y'all ready to go to prison right now? Because I'm going to take y'all there like that. Ain't nobody busting the grape. So now I start saying, y'all should stay in y'all place because this between me and y'all mama about some damn money. The money. Did I say me and your mama, me and my cousin better than that? We better than money. And my cousin, which really, that shit broke my heart. When I said that, my little cousin, their mama, said, no, we not. I didn't ever expect that, man. Like, we grew up together. Like, real talk, man. Just like my cousins on my mama's side. The cousins on my dad's side, we were just as close. She said, no, we not. Man, being real, man. When she said that, that blew me. It blew me to the point where once she said that, I said, okay, we not? We not better than money? This blood, this love ain't better than money? Okay, I'm glad you told me that. Now, I can say I took that money from your ass. So that's how I felt. And right now to this day, I don't feel that way. But at that time, that's how I felt. Okay, we ain't better than money, then you condoning this. You agreeing with this. With what they doing, then I'm going to say, okay, well now I can feel like I took it from you because I ain't giving you nothing now. Real talk. Real talk, man. I robbed ninjas for a living. Meaning I took things for a living. Not for my family, outsiders, the ops, whoever ain't that, just whatever. Will never take that from a family. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And if I do, I'm gonna strain that up. I'm gonna rebuild that bridge. But when you sat there in my face and said, no, we not, that made me be like, fuck it, man. Then I took it then. Yeah, I took the money. Somebody do something about it right now, little cousins. Somebody do something. Ain't nobody done that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no use for me to stay here and continue arguing with y'all little bit asses. So let me get in my car. So as I'm getting in my car, they still yelling that shit. And what surprised me more is, both of my little cousins. You know what I'm saying? Their mothers. Like I said, we got 2 sisters, and then we got their kids. You know what I'm saying? And they was in agreement with their kids. That right there was, I couldn't believe it. And for you to let your kids step in front of a battle for you, where they can either hurt somebody or get themselves hurt, you need to reevaluate your parenting. This is real talk, man. And I had to say that in a form where they can get it. Before I left, I had to tell them, hey, all that hard shit that they playing around me because I'm their cousin and they feel that I won't hurt their ass. Hey, they turned them folk right there into booty boys in prison. I said that too. They turned them into booty boys in prison now. So don't think you hard out here fussing with your cousin, because when you go down the road in prison, ain't no cousin nothing. Only cuz it crips. So you better be a cuz of blood. You know what I'm saying? Big shots out to all my partners all over that thing, man. But it's real talk, man. But I really couldn't believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? Over some money. Listen to this. Over some government money. And true enough, it's hers. And it belonged to her. It's her kids and everything. Something happened. A mistake happened. I got you. And then at one point, gave you a little bit. But why when I get back over here a little later, your son is addressing me about some money that I owe you. Your son ain't even 20 years old. Talking to a gangster cousin, the gangster cousin. That, we have to watch how we portray ourselves. Because our kids will start thinking that we're like that for real. And then they will pick up on that and start being like that too. When in actuality, you ain't even like that. You know what I'm saying? And that little misleading right there could end up in death, or it could end up in your child being in prison for the rest of his life.
Everybody